Hello, and welcome to Father-Son Chats.
Today, we're going to make a granola.
Also join the Father-Son Chats community on Discord to be notified of announcements and uploads, ask questions, give suggestions, and chat with us and the community.
We're going to use about this much oats. We're also going to use cashews, some cinnamon, and my special ginger liquid sugar. So we're going to put that together with some Himalayan salt, and then we're going to bake it. So let's get started. Let's start by cutting up the cashews. You do want to leave them somewhat crunchy, so they don't have to be perfectly cut, but you do want them to be smaller than just a whole cashew.
What do you think cashews add to the granola?
Basically, they add more crunch, and also the flavor's better because remember, we're putting it in the oven, so it's going to get the flavor out of the cashews. Okay, I think that's about good. You don't want them even, because you want more of a crunch in some places. We're going to put them in there, and then we're going to make sure they get mixed. Actually, we're going to need a lot more for this amount of oats. So we'll just continue. You mix it in very well, and then you add salt. I put a teaspoon of salt, maybe just a little bit more, just to bring out the flavor. Now we're going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. You can also add chocolate chips if you want. I'm not a tremendous chocolate chip fan, so I do not.
I'm not really into chocolate chips either.
Now I'm going to add my ginger syrup. You can add a little bit of oil if you want. I generally prefer coconut oil, but you don't have to. It could still work perfectly just with the syrup and the oats and the cashews. But if you just don't like it to stick too much, or want to be a little bit crunchier, it may be a good idea. So you just stir it in till you get all the syrup mixed with the oats. Now I did use 2 tubs of that ginger syrup, so I'm just mixing it in.
2 tubs?
Containers.
Oh, containers.
So the stickiness of the syrup and the granola, and the syrup is simple. It's just ginger, water, and sugar. Okay, cane sugar to be exact. You could use honey, and it's probably preferable to use honey, but honey is expensive and you need a good bit of it. So, but you see, it's really in there. Nice. Okay.
Honey is more healthy though.
Honey is healthier, absolutely. Okay, so you see how it looks now? How it glistens with the syrup?
Yup.
That's kind of the way you want it.
Alright guys, we have another ingredient to the recipe. Now at this point you could add some almond extract or orange extract or lemon extract, whatever extract you want, just to give it more flavor. I'm not going to add any extracts today because I like it kind of simple, but just know right now is the best time to do that. So now you're going to take your parchment paper, put it on your tray, and now you take your granola and you pat it down onto the tray. Try to make it as even as possible, because when you're baking it, you're going to be monitoring it. I always cook it at about 350 degrees. Always put your oven to 400 degrees before, till it gets to the right temperature, and then bring it down to 350. Okay. So, do you think this is more of an oatmeal replacement or cereal replacement?
Could be both. Could be oatmeal or cereal, but either way, it's crunchy and good. Okay, so now we're just going to put it in the oven and leave it for about an hour. Of course, you're going to monitor and turn it around with your spoon.
Do we now set this to 350 degrees, or
Yep.
do we do that later?
Now we turn it to 350 degrees and see in a little bit. Okay, so let's see how it came out. See that nice
brownish layer on the top. Not burnt, but if that's too much, it would be. So now you're just gonna let it air out a little bit and cool down, and then we're gonna go and move it around. I moved it around 3 times before I took it out this time. So basically I went in there, turned it over, and then flattened it out 2 more times after the first time. So we're gonna do that again and see how crunchy it is once it cools down. But we gotta let it cool down now since it's been there for a while. Now that our granola has had time to cool, we're going to put it into a bowl. It's still a little bit hot, so it's not completely cooled down. As you can see, crumbles.
But it looks pretty good.
It is. Oh my goodness, the smell is amazing. And we're gonna try it soon. We just need to add the raisins. So this granola, when it dries, it should be a lot more crunchy. Right now, it's just out of the oven. It's just had a few minutes to warm up. I mean to cool down, sorry. It was very hot. Now it's less hot, more sticky. Once we get it into the bowl, we add the raisins and let it cool down further. It should grow crunchier and crunchier. The great thing about this is that you can use it in so many things. You can make smoothie bowls with it and use it as the garnish on top. You could have it as your own cereal with cold milk.
It does pretty well as cereal, actually.
Yep. Or you could enjoy it on a parfait.
I could really see this in an acai bowl.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's great for acai bowls, especially those that like a nice crunch to their acai bowls and fruit.
Who doesn't like crunch in an acai bowl, though?
Exactly. And sweetness. I mean, these things are very sweet. Put a ton of sugar just to make the syrup. Now, along with this, I'm adding raisins. It'll just make it a soft chew against a crunchy background, which is nice. Kind of like crispy cookies. Soft on the inside, crispy on the outside. That's how everybody likes it.
Definitely.
And that's what this is really supposed to turn out like. So let's try that. Really, really good. So
That's good. Oh no, the bananas are at it again. Dang it, why do the bananas always start when we film? That's crazy.
ready?
Wow, it was so kind to peel them for us too. Maybe we should use these bananas actually. They'll probably go well with granola.
Oops.
Oh. Even the pieces of banana falling these days, that's crazy. Go.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Father-Son Chats.
Subscribe if you like our content.
And let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
See you next time.